Hello friends, James Stevenson here with some charts about Tesla's production and deliveries over the past several years. I've got some charts I put out and they got liked by Elon Musk, but this episode is also an episode of Breakfast with Loki, if breakfast is something Loki wants to eat right now. If not, he'll eat his breakfast later. But let me go ahead and grab breakfast for Loki. Okay, buddy. There you go. Start you off with an appetizer. Okay, and we will see if Loki is interested in eating his appetizer and then chowing down on the rest of his breakfast while I share my desktop and show you a few charts that I got likes from Elon Musk on. Now, this one I've made a video about already. I'll try to remember to leave a link in the video description to the video I made about this one showing premium brands US vehicles sold over the 6 years ending 2022. You can see Tesla has broken the 375,000 vehicle limit here, the first US automaker to do so, with more than 500,000 sales in 2022 in the US. Okay, so I got a like from Elon on that one on July 2nd. Then I put out this chart captioning it with just clinking glasses and the hashtag Tesla logo here, which Elon liked. So, you know, you get a like from Elon Musk, you have to like and retweet that. So, otherwise people aren't going to know because not everybody follows Elon Musk closely enough to know every tweet that he likes, or follows the Elon Alerts bot like I do. But if you want to know what Elon's up to, who he's replying to, what tweets he's liking, I recommend the Elon Alerts bot for that. And here's the other one on exponential growth of deliveries here. So this one's about production and this one's about deliveries, and I'm not talking about them right now because I'm going to take you to the spreadsheet where I made them to talk about them. But I got a like from Elon on that one as well. And then yesterday I sent out a chart that I got a like from Elon on after a couple of minutes. So I'll make my video about that next. But there's not so much going on these charts that I need to make two separate videos about them. I'm just going to go ahead and cover them both in this video. What are we looking at here? It's the exponential growth of cumulative vehicle production inception to date. So what these bars answer is the question, how many vehicles has Tesla made at each of these points in time? So going all the way back to 2008 when Tesla was only making Roadsters. Let me see if I can change this axis to not have a line on it. I think I can do that really fast. And then you might be able to see easier. I meant to make that change earlier. Yeah, you can barely make out these tiny blocks over here. They kind of just blend in with the x-axis if you have one. So I got rid of that. Well, if I'm going to get rid of that one, I should get rid of this one too. Format axis. And then you just go to the format paint can and you click no line. And away goes that little line that was here next to the 2023 Q2 bar. Okay, this is probably a better format for this chart anyhow. So yeah, the number stayed very, very small for 5 years, right? You look back at it and you think, oh, that was easy, you know, you just kept growing the whole time. Well, yeah, Tesla was growing some, but they were slowing down some before they started making Model S here in 2012. They didn't sell a whole lot of those very quickly once they started selling it. This uptrend really doesn't start ticking up until 2018 when Model 3 starts to ramp up. And you got more and more sales. Then here in 2020, Shanghai Gigafactory opens, and that really helps this to keep going. Then, you know, last year, Giga Berlin and Giga Austin opened. And with all 4 of those factories producing vehicles, things have really started to progress a lot. So the distance from here to here is just the production that Tesla reported for Q2 2023, I have that number here. So 479,700 vehicles were produced, making a cumulative 4,649,788, and that is the number you'll see here if I hover over that bar, because this is where the chart is coming from. This is just totaling up all the production so far. There's a bunch of different ways you can write that formula. This is how I wrote it. You can get the right answer doing it a lot of different ways. So that's this chart. You have to do a lot of work to Excel charts to make them look good. Here, let me show you what I mean. I'll just very quickly demonstrate. If you just drag a box around these, I'll do that, down to the bottom, and you just hit F11. There you go. That's what you get. This is the default format for a chart from Excel. It looks like this if you don't do anything to it. So you need to make a lot of formatting changes to get a chart to go from appearing like this to appearing like this. Still the same data, still the same relative magnitude of the amounts, because they are the same amounts. Just trying to figure out what changes can I make to this formatting to make it look like this instead of like this. Then the other chart is here, the Q2 12 trailing month deliveries. This is an important chart because people get hung up in the weeds if you have a quarter that's down sequentially from the previous quarter. You'll see people tweeting about how, oh no, it was a 5% sequential decline, Tesla's in a lot of trouble. Well, no, that's not how you compare stuff. You compare quarters against the prior year, same quarter. That's what matters. So what this chart does is every quarter, I have one for Q1, one for Q3, one for Q4. Every quarter I've got a chart that's just looking at, what are the 12 trailing month totals ending as of this quarter, and how does that number compare against the same number from a year ago? So what was the 12 trailing month number a year ago? What was the 12 trailing month number 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago? That's what this chart is showing. So over the 4 most recent quarters, Tesla has delivered over 1.6 million vehicles. A year ago, at the end of Q2, that same calculation, the trailing 4 quarters worth of deliveries, was only 1.1 million vehicles. The year before that, it was 700,000. The year before that, it was 400,000. So Tesla is delivering now as many vehicles per quarter as they were delivering in a whole year in 2020, as of the middle of 2020. By the end of 2020, that was up to 499,650, I think. So they really poured it on in Q3 and Q4 of 2020. But as of Q2 2020, the 12 trailing month total was only 389,000 almost. So just another way of visualizing, hey, this growth at the current scale looks small back here, but 26,000 versus 13,000, that's doubling in 1 year. That's amazing. I mean, it only looks not amazing because the scale has grown to 1.6 million here. But I mean, the year after that, 50% growth. The year after that, nearly 50% growth. The year after that, way more than 50% growth, from 58 to 94, right? And then from 126 to 333, way more than doubling, right? So getting a little bit ahead of themselves here, and then not having as much growth possible the following year. And then this was a giant increase from 388 to 706. Goodness. That's a big number. But yeah, you're seeing about, more than a 50% compound annual growth rate over this time period, maybe 60%-ish or so. I'm guessing. I would have to go look at the number. But yeah, these charts are helpful for understanding how much Tesla is scaling up their production and deliveries. The production is the more important number because Tesla is going to deliver all of the vehicles they produce, right? So you really want to follow this production number to see over time more and more Teslas get produced every year than were being produced the year before. And that's a growth company. That's how you get to earnings growth. Is you keep growing the top line. You don't want to cut your way to profitability. You want to grow your way to profitability, as Tesla did back here in 2018, 2019, and is now a sustainably profitable, self-funding company. And we will look forward to what the earnings number is for Q2 when Tesla reports on July 19th. Between now and then, that's my video. So we'll check back in with Loki, who decided not to eat either his treat or his breakfast. Maybe he will in the next video. And with that, I will outro and say, if you've enjoyed today's video, click the like button. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, why not go ahead and subscribe to my channel over here and click the notification bell to get alerted whenever I post fresh content. Thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon or on Twitter or by joining my YouTube channel, as my executive producers Kathy Kitchler and Rebellionaire.com did, earning them a shout out at the end of every video. And I'll see you in the next one.